Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is your True Nerd, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, where after a little bit of diciness last time, as a massive dwarf army just came walking through the territory, I think we did a pretty good job seeing that guy off. We just kind of carefully shadowed him, made sure we didn't run into any trouble, and as a result now, we're looking in very, very good shape indeed, because we've won a very, very convincing victory against Zilty here. If he decides to get involved again, he himself is looking very, very weak indeed. So, we've been in an excellent position to potentially just finish him off straight away, and then finish off the rest of his army. But, I don't think we need to do that. I think we can do something much more interesting indeed, because we have potentially got the opportunity to take out both of his remaining territories right now. First things first, using the diplomacy screen, we can actually check whether that is actually true or not. Yes, indeed. Right now, 2 settlements, and we know where those settlements are. We've got eyes on both of them, and more importantly, we've got armies nearby too, so... Good old Lord Skrolk, who could do with levelling up, he's very close to levelling up. Why don't you just head in here and finish off these guys with your very, very decent army, which actually may be basically your starting army, to be honest. I think you've pretty much got exactly the same as what you started with, albeit with a handful of extra Skaven slaves, just to pad out the numbers a bit. Over here, to Marks of the Old Ones. Lovely. In we flip and go. Now we've got 9 on the Winds of Magic, seems a little bit on the low side. Let's just see if we can get a bit better there. And Reynald is with me, and okay, 16, that'll flipping do. That gets me a few casts at least, that's not too bad. Now, same as last time, we're going to want to back off over here a little bit, but actually we've got an even bigger advantage this time. We've got flipping high ground. Everybody loves high ground. And these things, oh, they've got some range on them. Actually... the range doesn't feel as big, or possibly the battlefield's bigger than the last battlefield we actually issued these on. That'll be fine anyway. We'll just bring you back a little bit over here. That'll cover those guys. One proper, nice, long infantry line here, supported by Skaven slaves on both sides, ready to just basically move in and flank. Don't trust them to actually be the front line, but as an enclosing force, they might just do a competent enough job. Obviously, we also want to have ourselves, all of the Skaven slave slingers right flipping here. You guys just along here. Nice. That'll flipping do. That'll do very flipping nicely when they come straight at me. If they come here, that's a big old kill zone right now. And finally, you, my good man, you can be right at the flipping front, in fact, because, you can use some of your magic immediately. Come over here, just hit these guys as well with a nice big... There we go. And you need to get a bit closer, apparently. Anytime you're ready. You're getting a bit close there. Okay, maybe back off and don't bother doing that. Let's just back off over here, please. Let's just use a little bit more there. This'll do. Do you want to do that? There we go. That's done some damage to you lots. In come the slings as well. That unit's just about screwed. You get back here behind the line. My hidden units are revealed, which is going to be very bad for these guys here. Morale. These guys, you just get back over here. Actually, retreating up top of the hill. That's fine. Once you're on top of the hill, you can just kind of do more, in fact. So at this point, you guys can actually get over here very, very nicely indeed, because you are actually anti-infantry, and you've got a hill advantage going on there as well. And you, my good man, you're ready for... Screw it, we've got 10 million menace belows here, so you're actually doing a decent job right now. So let's just send in some nice guys behind them, and that will pretty much cause them to break immediately. Very, very nice indeed. And these are just temporary units, so these guys can buy time. This is what the rats are really good for. They can just stay up here and buy time, because this is not a unit I get to keep. This is a unit that just deteriorates over time anyway, so I may as well just basically use it to play for time, block, etc. These guys around here at this point... You get into the side of them. Here are my reserve Skaven slaves. Let's just get you around here. And you, my good man, we want to toss a nice pestilent breath in this sort of a direction. There we go. Let's just... There we go. Lovely. And that's completely knackered his morale over there. He's as good as gone. And now, round the back of here, into there. My lord is... Hang on, who's that? Cravens your warriors flee. Well, of course they do. I'm a rat. It wouldn't be a battle if some of my warriors didn't flee. Probably, in fact, it was just some clan rats. We've got another 5 ready to go immediately. These guys are as good as done. Quite frankly, they're very, very weak. It's kind of weird, actually. There we go, lovely. Job flipping done. Victory. Yeah, actually, using the menace below, not just for closing the trap and kind of surrounding enemies, that's really powerful dealing with their morale. If I was to have used that up front, I could have potentially blocked those guys from advancing because they'd have had to deal with the one unit. Now, sure, it would have broken almost immediately, but that wouldn't have mattered because it would have given my slingers loads more time to fire on them. Yeah, I should think about doing that in future. That's really interesting. In that battle anyway, nice decisive victory. This, by the way, is the downside to the garrison system. I like the garrison system, but it does mean you end up taking on this one flipping lizard army quite a lot. You get used to what the basic level 1 garrison looks like, because you fight a fair bit, and there we've got, 8 food there, up to flipping 95, growth up, leadership up, public order +2, very, very good indeed. He's close by to his next level already, and he's leveled up once, very, very good. Decisive victory, we lost 21. Nice, that's a good rat result, and obviously we are moving straight in. Now this is a town. We've got 95 food, and we're gaining 12. Interesting. Let's get this up to level 2. Spend some of that food we've just actually picked up there. So loot and occupy. Nice. So that is now level 2. And we've picked up a Forbidden Rod. Very, very nice indeed. Ability Forbidden Rod. Augment of the Winds. Great increase to the power reserves. Greatly improved power recharge rate. But causes some damage to myself. Okay. As I don't really rely on Skrulk to be on the front line, that could be very, very worth doing. Though I think I now actually need to choose to set that, because I think I've got 2 items I could actually use like that. So, hang on over there. And yes, indeed, I do now have a choice. So, I've got to choose between the Warp Energy Condenser, Winds of Magic Power Reserve +8, or this is... that doesn't give me a default benefit. It means I have an ability that I need to cast that actually greatly improves that. But I kind of may as well... Actually, 40 seconds. You know what? I'll just stick with this, purely for the sake of just having the permanent bonus rather than having to actually cast something, because I'd probably forget to cast it half the time. So, with that done, I'm now in the territory of my allies, who will hopefully stop looting in a minute. Marks of the old ones. What do we need to do over here? There is a... there's actually a clan pit here already. That's... Ooh. That's odd. Why is that there? Should that be there? I feel like that probably should be there. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have in this territory a clan pit so that I can actually start training. And also, I've got much better visibility over here right now. This is all very intriguing. It looks like there's an awful lot of ruins around here. Yeah, let's repair this for just 420. That'll flipping do. So, hang on. Repair. There we go. So that's in production right now. Other than that, what do we want over here? Probably, actually, is there by any chance the option to have a harbour? Because then I could finally get that bloody trade route going on with the bloody vampire coast up here, who've been wanting to trade with for some flipping time, but possibly this place is not actually technically big enough. Nope, tragically not flipping allowed. Well, this place feels pretty safe to me, so I'd say possibly the best thing we could do would be a Taskmaster's platform, get that into production now. Those are quite expensive, by the way. Oh yeah, really expensive next to some of the other upgrades. But if I got that into production now, then as a result of that, yeah, once I do actually take over that new settlement, probably by confederating with it, then we wouldn't need to have it at the capital. The capital, instead, over at the Altar of the Horned Rat, could focus on important stuff up here. Yeah. Let's get that into production, because we're going to need that sooner or later. So let's get that done now. Beautiful. So, marks of the old ones now in my possession. I get stronger and stronger and stronger. Let's have a look, see what we've got over here, by the way. This territory... What am I selecting, by the way? I don't know what I'm selecting. Right, let's just have a look, see here. So, Axolotl over there, and the mouth of Quiverza over here. So right now, no one's got that. That's got timber, which will activate some unique building chain. And there's also a strategic location, special importance to lizard men. Okay, might provide a unique building chain, but I'm not sure whether that's just to lizard men or something for me as well. Okay, what about this over here? Because we've got a territory over here. Right. So we've got ourselves... So, the Vampire Coast own, logically, 3 territories up the coast here. But they have not taken the Star Tower, which is also site of an ancient high elf colony, which increases the income from ports. Okay, that's worth thinking about. And also, carved obsidian. Takes an artisan to carve and fashion obsidian. Right, again, a unique building chain. Well, this seems like a good sort of thing, doesn't it? What's actually here right now, if anything? Can we see... No, can't see what it is. I mean, it's just ruins. So I'm guessing I might be able to walk straight in. Or, actually, no. It can't be a hidden rat thing because I'm a rat. So I'd see if it was actually rats because rats can see other rats. We just sort of know with our rat sense. Right. I think what we need to do is confederate with these guys. We're getting bigger and flipping bigger with them. We can... Why are we not trading with you already? I feel like we should already be trading with you. Lovely. Now we're trading. But still no chance of confederating just yet. Right now we're trusted friends and it's just going up and up and up. We're at war with their enemies, military actions against their enemies, good treaties with them. Yep, lovely. Trusted friends improving. Let's just let that get a bit higher before we start pushing the confederation business there. What about you? You, my good man. These guys own... yes, they own a little bit more. So let's not worry about them for now. They will totally cause trouble for us sooner or later, but not just yet. These guys over here, understandably, basically own huge amounts of territory around that part of the world. Not too surprising. So let's just leave them be as well. And the undead, the vampire coast, yeah, own territory all along the coast with the exception of the Star Island thing, which we might want to grab if we could, but it's not quite our priority yet. I'm more interested in what's going on down in the south. So we've got this area over here. I'm going to guess that there's just two areas down here that are... Actually, I can use the mini-map to actually estimate that. So, yeah, that is... Hang on. The region is Zlalsek. And that is the... No, that's Citadel of Dusk. I know about that. That's an elven thing. So where's the... Hang on, is that it there? Ah, okay. Fine, so the minimap's quite useful for just hovering over to figure where things are. I could do it on the map as well, but it's easy to do on the minimap. So, we've got the territory there of Kikes, and I'm guessing this is... Hang on, who owns that? That's also ruined, so there's something around here I haven't seen yet on the coast, on the far side of the flipping mountains, that the flipping dwarves just kind of live in, straight down the middle, that are very hard to get in or out of. Okay, that might be of interest, but taking over this territory... And then possibly just kicking the flipping elves out of here to actually get some ports going on and some sea trade. This could be a really good expansion opportunity for me. But right now, that's not what we need to actually worry about. What we need to worry about right now is actually finishing off the war against the bloody Southern Sentinels. Because these guys are now pretty badly damaged. Sentinel of Time, what's the actual... You there, what's your actual garrison right now? Because I'm going to guess it's not in great flipping shape. Okay, it's not great, but it's up to like half strength. It'd be able to resist if need be, but I'm kind of hoping this guy will just cease to exist, rather than just becoming rebel and attacking the Sentinel of Time. If he does attack the Sentinel of Time, then I think we can just deal with it, to be honest. We'll just go and take it back. I'd rather knock him out anyway, before he has a chance to flipping recover. So we've got a really good opportunity to go and do it right now. So this place is... It's a little bit better defended. We've got, a Scar Veteran and all of that good stuff. Fine, we've got something a bit more interesting, including our first sign of cavalry. Because, yeah, the lizards do get cavalry in the form of lizards riding, like, different lizards. Which I guess is, like, a kind of classism if you're a lizard. Right, let's just go over there and murder these bastards anyway, because that should get us a nice new territory. Ah, that's not a unit type, that's actually a bloke. Okay, fine. So we've got ourselves a lord, but not a legendary lord over here. Supported by, yeah, some basic Saurus warriors with shields, nothing major. Chameleon skinks, who, yeah, they've got the Vanguard deployment, and also Chameleon, which is, hang on, yeah, can move hidden in any terrain, exceptionally hard to target with missile attacks. Fine. So we won't be able to hit him with any of our little skirmishers. We've also got some basic skink cohort javelins. Fine, we can outrange them with our slingers. And indeed, we've actually got some actual cavalry there. So they are very, very nice indeed. Armor piercing, armored and shielded. Pretty tough, all things considered. So this isn't going to be a total walkover. But I would say with my lord at level 3, backed up with the rat ogres, I think we'll have this thanks to the indirect fire that we're actually bringing to bear. Because we are bringing decent Knight Runner slings times quite a flipping number here. Now, bear in mind, their chameleon lad is able to actually deploy into the no man's land. So probably what we want to do is back off a fair bit. And actually, ooh, we could be in the trees. Actually, I'm not sure whether the trees will block my projectiles. I would guess they might do. So maybe what we should just do instead is just be a little bit further back on this little slope here. Yeah, this little slope will do the job nicely. They'll have to come to us, otherwise we'll just basically move forward and slowly start slinging them. Because whatever happens, we've got the range. Now, unfortunately, my clan rats are still a little bit on the injured side. So on this occasion, it's going to have to be the Skaven slaves who actually make up my front line. Which is a concern, but with support from rat ogres coming in from behind and slamming into the flanks, they should be okay. And let's also just provide a little bit of extra support on the flanks here from actual clan rats. They're not going to be able to do a great job, but they should be able to just cycle in and do some good stuff. And you, my good man, can't do much, but in a one-on-one fight, your attack is 420. Their Lord's attack was 400, because you've got a little bit of bonus damage there. So I'm hoping if you get involved there, you can actually do some useful stuff. And also, who are you? Oh, yep, sorry, I always forget the bloody Skaven slingers. Right, start the battle, maybe reposition slightly once we begin, but I think we should be okay. And they are indeed planning to come up to us, because they kind of have to. Which works for me, because they've got some decent units going on here. The Skink Javelins, the Saurus Warriors. Okay, we want to be focusing a fair bit of firepower on these lads over here. Because these lads over here are tough. But we've got nice overlapping slings going on. Where's theirs, by the way? Because they should have... Hang on, where's the chameleons? Are the chameleons present? Because if the chameleons aren't present, they could be flipping anywhere. Because they'll basically stay hidden until they decide they want to attack. They might actually be in this army. They could be standing like right there. We might not even have seen them yet. And they're very hard to see. These guys, meanwhile, are absolutely 100% fine. Where's your leader, by the way? Is that him right there? No, those are the cold ones. There's your leader. Nice and flashing there. So we'll need to focus on him. Careful with him. And I think we've got the... In a moment. Hang on. Actually, we've got no... Menace below to someone on this occasion because this is brand new to us. So, my hidden units are revealed and in comes all the flipping stuff in the world. In comes all the firepower. Those guys will probably charge in a moment. Actually, you know what? This works for me. If they want to charge over there, Cold One Spear Riders, they're cavalry. I've got some fairly decent troops to go and meet them right over here. Lovely. These guys are going to start taking some damage very, very quickly indeed. These guys won't do great, but these guys will just hold these ones steady and hopefully do a decent job here. These guys are now going to back off up the hill into the forest. Those guys are now going to start attacking me. I want you guys to be... Hang on. Just so I can actually control them, I'm going to say toggle skirmish mode off. And I want all of you guys to actually be up here on the hill. Because from the hill, you're going to be able to actually do a decent job there. So now just head over there. Start doing that. Very, very nice indeed. And from up there, yeah, they can actually start doing some decent work. They'll get some light taps in on us. Where are you guys? You guys getting over here and help out these lads. We've also got ourselves... My lord is under attack. Well, that's absolutely fine. You have decided to engage there. Send in my orc to support there. So the rat ogres, sorry, not orcs, ogres. So the rat ogres will just charge in, do some good damage to those guys. So those guys have been repelled for now. This guy, meanwhile, wants to back off for the time being and then just basically charge into these lads. So back off and then charge. And then these guys up here will start turning around momentarily and start firing down on... There's the chameleon skinks. Right. So we've got those guys in position right here. You, my good man... Do you want to charge forward? Yeah, charge forward, try and take out these guys. And you guys over there are doing an excellent job right now, just basically clearing out these bastards. But I don't want him stuck in an extended melee, because potentially that's going to cause trouble. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to have the ogres smash into him from behind, because that's going to have a really bad impact on his morale. Right, you, back off over here. Where's the other ogre, by the way? The other ogre wants to back off and then basically get involved again over and over and over again, because that's his job. Back off, jump back in again, do extra work. In fact, actually, screw it. Leave that flank. We'll worry about that flank later. The ogre needs to go over here and slam into these guys. This ogre, meanwhile, wants to just basically back off over in this direction. And now, oh yeah, now my guys are up on the hill. Now my guys are up on the hill doing excellent flipping work. Now, charge into this guy if you'd be so kind. Great big charge over to him. You're actually fighting that guy. He's taking a lot of damage to his morale, etc. And now, over to here if you'd be so kind. The rat ogres just basically need to move around from fight to fight and just destroy everything. So they can just charge in and just look at the morale damage they do. It's ridiculous. Craven's my warriors flee. It doesn't surprise me too much, to be perfectly honest. Right, all of you lot, over here. Now, just back away from that fight for a second and turn all your attention onto their lord. So now just swarm in and let's just get their lord fleeing if we can. Right now, we're doing some excellent damage there. Now, over here, where's their actual army? Because they don't have much in the way of actually army, you know. So let's just focus all some firepower down here, please. Thank you very, very much indeed. Just get some nice slinging in there. You guys just charging down over there as well. Fine. These rat ogres are doing excellent work. There's some more stuff over here. These guys are just javelins. I'm going to get one unit over just taking care of that. We've got another unit over here, just over there. He can just basically join in over there and take care of that. Sorry, that was the unit I actually originally told to do that. You're over here. You get over here and help out with the cavalry, because the cavalry at this point is a little bit on the isolated side, and sooner or later, that's going to just be worn down. So you guys just get in there and help out with that. Yep, that's starting to fall apart pretty quickly. Meanwhile, my leader one-on-one versus their leader is doing very, very nicely indeed. They've got reinforcements coming up in the form of these here Saurus warriors, but my basic infantry can hold the line there for the time being. You, meanwhile, getting over here, hit these guys from the back, and I'm pretty sure that is their leader now wavering. Very, very nice indeed. Over here, meanwhile, you've got yourself a little bit far ahead. Back off, I don't want you taking more damage because you're getting very, very weak indeed. You guys just stop there, keep firing, just keep shooting down on everything. Though, yeah, obviously the chameleon skinks, like we heard, incredibly difficult to nail with missiles. So maybe just turn your attention down over to these bastards instead. And if we can, yeah, their leader is in an awful lot of trouble. He's broken, damage has been sustained. These guys now charging in here. This was a bit more difficult. Let's get these guys back out and then just do another charge. So right now my skirmishers are up on the hill, just basically doing tons of good damage. Nothing's coming in from that direction. You guys, all of you, turn your attention over to the chameleon skinks. If you can, just start tossing stuff at them. This guy backs off and then charges straight back in again just to see these guys off here. And lovely, those are Saurus warriors that have been taken care of, and we have won. I think their guy might have actually died, I just missed it if he did, because the camera doesn't zoom in for a special look at that anymore. Lovely. Bit on the tricky side, but you can see there, just by moving the rat ogres around, we did pretty well, all things considered. The cavalry were tricky, because yeah, these troops are not good frontline troops, but the clan rats stayed involved in the fighting. They've all dead or fled, but in all fairness, that's pretty much what I was expecting. Job done, happy with that. And that's the thing, even with decisive victory with a massive indirect fire advantage, we do end up in the slightly odd situation where we actually lost like nearly as much as them, which is kind of hilarious. Still, pile of money from all of this. You've leveled up too, so you can just get better and better and better at murdering other lords, which is what I want. You are basically a lord assassin. So, happy with that over there. And yes, indeed, we want to occupy this place at... shall we say level 2? A light level 2. It's a small little outlay of food, but it just means you speed up development so bloody much. Right, in we go. And that is another territory that belongs to me. And that is... ah! Yes, I'd forgotten this was a thing that actually happened there. Yes, at this point, unfortunately, with no region to call home, this force is suffering from attrition. So predicted number of turns remaining on the next turn, 108! It's not particularly fast attrition, is it? No. No, it's not. And unfortunately, if they decide to now just walk into the Sentinel of Time, there's not much I can do to actually stop them. But in all fairness, I've barely developed it, so if they do, they do. We need to go and hunt them down at one point. Fine, that was a thing in Warhammer 1. I'd forgotten that they didn't just disappear or go rebel. Yeah, they had this, you haven't got a homeland, so therefore you're suffering attrition. Taking all the cities doesn't destroy a faction anymore. We actually need to finish those guys off before any of that happens. Still, if they do move into the Sentinel of Time, then I'd say these guys, with some repairs that are coming in pretty quickly, we should be able to handle that. Speaking of the Southern Sentinels, by the way, if we can secure this, then Yeah, I think it should be pretty safe. So, Southern Sentinels, does this need some repairs? Yeah, go on then. We've just got some... Repaired 920? Bloody hell. And also repair for... That's a rubbish pit. Get rid of that, but repair that. Because, yeah, being able to produce those clan rats wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I might build something that maybe helps with repairs. Actually, does that help with repairs? Hang on, does that help with... repairs? No, it doesn't. It's recruitment cost down thanks to a rubbish pit there. So that's fine. Just leave that be. He will likely walk into the Sentinel of Time next time. But if he does, then the actual Guardians there will at least do a somewhat competent job. In fact, actually, 3 clan rats supported by Night Runners. It's not impossible. It's not impossible because he's damaged. We might actually be able to win that. But they have got the bloody Blessed Chameleon Skinks who are pretty good. But this guy is so damaged and he can't repair now. We could potentially take out their leader or cause him to flee incredibly quickly because he's literally got 178 hit points. Like, snipe him off, we might be able to trigger a rout. We might be able to hold the Sentinel of Time. We'll see about that. And in just one turn, ooh, the Assassin's Hideout. And with the Assassin's Hideout done, we can actually start bloody researching technology. Better and flipping better. And in 8 turns, we'll have 4 population surplus. And then absolutely, we want to save up the population surplus for getting Oixel up to level 4. Because getting Sentinel of Time up to 3 would definitely be a waste right now. Because, yes, understandably, it's probably about to be taken bloody again. And as for using the money, yeah, we need more food coming in. I'd say just let's focus on getting 1 additional food off that there black corn swamp. If there's one thing we want to invest in as rats, it's any building that gives us food. Just flipping max it out, alright? So get working on that, it'll take a little bit of time. And then don't lose Sabutan, alright? Seriously, just don't flipping lose it. Now with that, we've actually got a decent... Hang on, go over to the ownership. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty happy with that diplomatic status. We've actually got a decent-sized empire going on all of a sudden here. We've got a lot of flipping territories. I'm liking it. And with all of those territories and all of that power, guys, come on. At this point, you've got to be thinking that it's worth doing. You know what? I'll wait till it goes yellow at least. Because I feel like me and them, we like each other, we're friends, should all be fine. Any chance, by the way, that I could get them to declare war against... Do you not want them to attack? If they were to attack these guys, I mean, actually, you know what? Leave those guys be for the time being. Just leave this whole situation under control. I need to turn my attention to the south. And just basically start going around and clearing a whole bunch of little settlements around here. Because I should be able to mop up the entire rest of this area pretty easily. Technically, this is a capital. A capital that's got gold. And nobody wants it. Okay. I think I know where I want this guy to go next after we've mopped up these lads. Yeah. We absolutely want to go and potentially retake the Sentinel of Time if I have to do that. Because it's going to bloody change hands again. Actually, how's the flipping public order around here? Public order is going down. Potentially I might need to have to, yeah, untax the province just to get the public order under control, unfortunately. But I think it should be okay if need be. What have we actually got right now? Have we got the happiness one going on? Expansionist, martial planning. What we've got is the, yeah, public order +2. We've already got the happiness one in play. But yeah, we do also, rather frustratingly right now, have 3 partial provinces and only 1 actual complete province. Which is a shame, but this is also... Ooh... Clan Barracks and Taskmaster's Platform and Underdocks. I like the fact you've got Underdocks. Yeah. If you'd be willing to just basically confederate and hand that over to me, that'd be very bloody welcome indeed. Or I could just go and take it. I mean, but then, potentially, in future, other people will be less keen to treat with me. So that's probably a risk. If we can avoid it, don't do it. And as for Pustin, he needs to be upgraded. In fact, he actually has 2 skill points. Sorry, I think I forgot to upgrade him at one point. So, probably the best thing we could do would be... melee attack +4 for clan rats. Okay, so all those benefits to the army. Let's not worry about that for now. Let's get him stronger and flipping stronger. Now, we could make him stronger in terms of his weapon, or we could give him Indomitable. You know what? Stronger in terms of weapon. Let's just get that attack up and flipping up. So 1-on-1, we can be confident that he's going to be able to take out other lords. And also Indomitable would not hurt either, because then, yeah, that just gets his leadership up too. Both bloody useful. Now, time to see what you do, because I strongly suspect you're going to walk into Sentinel of Time. But if you do, I can at least give you a bit of a fight, softening you up for when Pustin shows up. So, what are you going to do? No. Really? Okay. You know what? You've done the stupidest thing imaginable, so I'm totally 100% up for you doing that. Screw it, let's murder him. So here we are down in the undercaves of the rats. Very, very nice indeed. I like the fact that we actually fight our battles down here. It's very, very cool. Right. So we've got some nice high ground around... Where's the best high ground over here? Here's some nice high ground. That'd flipping do. Give us a little bit of an advantage there. Yeah! That'll be the thing right there. So the thing is, his army is actually pretty much not an actual army. Okay, missile infantry, 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 and him with 2.5 hit points. He hasn't actually got any infantry that's designed to go into the front line. He's got nothing but missile infantry, and all of my missile infantry significantly outranges his. So, I'm actually pretty happy with this. By the way, you guys, the growing garrison, just stay at the back and don't get involved, because you'll just cause morale panic. Now, let's just keep them fairly closely bound together here. That's absolutely lovely. And other than that, we just need the Skaven slaves at the back to be a front line. I mean, if he's clever, the one chance he's flipping got is basically just to charge at me, because the Skaven slaves might have a chance of breaking. But I don't think he's going to be clever enough to do that. I need to not give chase under any circumstances, because if we get into running away, then it's going to be like the last battle we did on the ground with these guys, where they're just going to run away and keep shooting me backwards with their stupid annoying blow darts. I need to basically attack these guys with nothing other than the actual slingers. And once again, keep the really battered guys at the back. Don't let them get involved at the minute. But the rat ogres, if need be, they can just charge down the hill, take care of some stuff, as indeed can my lad. Yeah, with his support, these guys should be able to hold on. But for the most part, we want to be not moving forward here. Let them come to... Hang on. Who are you? Who the bloody hell are you? Okay, fine. You can get involved in the front line. That's okay. Also, well done to this here rat ogre. This rat ogre is actually, yep, got more leadership and more melee attack and more melee defense because he actually picked up some experience in the last fight. So, well bloody done to you. Right, start the battle. They have no choice but to come to me. Now, these guys, I would prefer them to pretty much just hold still. I'm actually going to turn them off skirmish mode. They are just going to stand and shoot for days. Because, honestly, I don't know what else they're really planning to do over there. Actually, you know what? That guy's over on that side. I'm going to get my good ogre over here. He's just going to gallop over there, and he's just going to basically jump in and assassinate that guy. That's literally all I want him to do. So you just move over there. That's 100% absolutely fine. Because, yeah, you can just basically go over there, hit him. Your flipping attack is, yeah, weapon strength on this here ogre, armor piercing 83. His health is 178. Get in there, punch him like 2 or 3 times in the face. He's flipping done. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. And momentarily, he'll actually be getting into range here. Let's just hang out at the back there and prepare. In we go. One of them has decided to... You've done something. I think he's cast a special ability. You don't even have any special abilities. Your job is just to murder stuff. Right. Getting over here. There we flipping go. In comes all of those flipping slings in the world. So these guys are going to start taking some damage very, very quickly. I think these guys have got dodge, by the way. These guys have got dodge, so as a result, like, indirect fire is not that effective against them, but it's doing a good job. And for the most part, if they just want to go one-on-one with me in indirect fire to indirect fire, I'm happy for them to do that, to be honest. They can just basically stand there, and we can just trade fire all flipping day. Because, yeah, I've got the troops and the slaves and whatever. Just keep doing that. So we are indeed just going backwards and forwards. Have you decided you want to go forwards? You know what? Prepare my lord to get involved here. I think yep, he's coming forwards. In which case, just you head forward and assassinate him. Just get in there. One of these guys is now fighting. He's now at... Oh, bloody hell. I think possibly these guys might be about to kill him. Just get in there and finish him off, please. One slash should do it. One good slash, that'll be him dead, because he literally doesn't have the health here. Just get an attack in. And the enemy lord is indeed wounded. Very, very nice indeed. That should really badly affect them. So, you now get back over here. One of the slingers is actually broken, because rats just can't be bloody trusted. Right. At this point, yeah, it's already kind of falling apart for them. Who are they trying to take out? They're just kind of putting some Skaven slaves under a bit of fire. Now I just need to basically keep shooting over here. You guys, probably turn your fire down there if you'd be so kind. Just turn. My warriors are indeed rallying. At this point, we're probably safe to just pretty much charge in. Yeah. They are now just going to basically be pelted until they go. You may notice, by the way, that indirect fire has definitely not got the power it used to. The hitting power is not that great, because each individual unit is maybe not tanky, but it's definitely got a little bit more tankiness than you might be expecting. You know what? You get over there, just hit these guys. Looks like they've basically exposed themselves. They're basically trying to flank, but get in there, smash them a little bit. Job flipping done. That will do a very good amount of damage to you. Very, very good indeed. Now these guys can just smash these lads. They will break momentarily. They're already shaken. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Where's the other guys, by the way? We've got ourselves another guy over on this side. Let's just get him moving forward, ready to just charge in. I think these guys are basically ready to break at this point. And the enemy lord is... maybe he's a legendary lord. Sorry, I don't always know all of my Warhammer lore. So that might be a legendary lord, which is why he's wounded, not dead. But just in case... just in case that is indeed the case, let's just have you guys just charge in over here. You guys are now chasing off these guys. Are you fleeing? Yeah, you're broken. At this point, don't actually go any further forward. Back off. You guys want to go over there. We're now shooting them in the back. Back over here. Remember, they're the ones that began this fight. Don't pursue them. If we can chase them off momentarily, good. That just means we can keep pelting them with bloody slings for bloody ever, which is fine. So just keep these guys going back and flipping back for days. You, by the way, probably want to turn your firepower over to here, if you'd be so kind. You guys are just skink javelins who are weirdly wavering in this direction. Alright, if you actually want to do that, that's fine. I'll just smash you guys down, because you're the ones who have broken off from the main battle line. But all the rest of you are wavering, broken, and or both. And at this point, oh yeah. Very, very good indeed. Loving it. So, the rat ogres jump down there. Those guys immediately completely collapse. And there's not much I'm going to be able to do to chase them down, unfortunately, because they're going to get out of here before I can do anything. But their strength is pretty much broken at this point. They've got to be about flipping done. Let's just let my slingers get in a couple more shots, just see if we can weaken them. I'm not sure whether shots after the end of the battle, like they did back in Rome or Medieval 2, actually count for anything. But I will say... pretty happy with the result we've now got actually over here. Yeah, lovely. And over here, oh, there's one skink. One skink all by himself, and I don't think he's going to be around for too much longer. And down he flipping goes. Well done, rat ogres. You are the best. Meanwhile, up front, more little skinks are just basically being smushed and eaten by rat ogres. I love watching the rat ogres doing their business. It's just flipping marvellous. This one's my favourite, because he's got little bits of warpstone literally sticking out of his back. He's cool. So, we've lost a handful of troops, but honestly we'll heal them up in friendly territory pretty quickly. This guy's down to 290. I don't know what he's planning to do next, to be perfectly honest. Possibly, is he actually dead? Because I'm definitely seeing some death going on there. We get more food and more money for killing them, so just from winning the battle. We get a little bit of spoils of war off the corpses. Now, what to do with these guys? I definitely don't think we'll ransom them. Actually, I wonder if you even can ransom them. Presumably you can. Even though there's, like, technically there's no one to ransom them to, because you don't actually have a city or a treasure anymore. Right. Leadership +4. Food 2. Units replenished. Yeah, I'd say on this occasion, let's actually eat them for the units replenished. Mighty Warlord am I. So, Mighty Warlord am I, did you just yell? Oh, marvellous. Now what are you planning to do? You're actually planning to attack the Sentinel of Time as well. Seriously. There's Clan Spittle. Good, they've stopped actually raiding this territory because it's now belonging to their friends. And the Skeggy get their turn at the end. Job flipping done. We have built the Assassin's Hideout and the game gives me 500 for that. That's just finished over at Oixel. And now the game is willing to give me even more money if I just build some even more advanced stuff. I already did that. I've already built an assassin's hideout. I literally just did that. Oh no, sorry, it is saying mission successful. You're just telling me it twice for some reason.
You now have the facilities to begin technological research, my lord.
Ah, technologies. Good, good, good. Right, so, over to the technology screen. Shut up, I know I can recruit heroes as well. Also, wait, didn't we already have one of them? I swear you were... No, the last guy did, who died, tragically. But that's fine, we've got a new reptile thing sacrifice now, so it's okay. Now, as I was saying, over to technology, which is now open. So, I can just now begin researching devious plans, which basically just opens up a whole bunch of new technologies if I want to. Opening up Fight Dirty, weapon strength plus 10% for Night Runners and Gutter Runners, and missile damage plus 10% for Night Runners and Gutter Runner units. Well, I do have a fair few Night Runners floating around. In fact, actually, they do a lot of good damage, all things considered. Actually, they don't. To be honest, they don't really. They just have big numbers and a fair bit of range. And against lizards who seem to be not having much range at the moment, or at least their indirect fire units definitely have much less range than the slingers, it's good flipping enough. And when I get up to a clan armory, I can open up ferocious plans, which arguably seems to actually, yeah, that seems to be more useful. Things like unit experience +2 for clan rat unit recruits, that's pretty damn good. Like, give those guys shields and +2 experience, they'll actually be a competent front line all of a sudden. So that's another 500 gold coming my way next turn, just for doing that pointless bit of technology. And you, my good man, does your loyalty just gone up? Or, oh no, that's just indicating public order's up as a result of that. Let's just check in on public order, by the way. So, public order is absolutely fine in the Southern Sentinels. Over here at the Sentinel of Time, it is... it's going down, but is that partly because of enemies present? Might be. It's provincial instability. Right. What's left over here? Because you no longer actually have a flipping leader. And these guys are actually now slowly collapsing. Now, if I've got over here the Sentinel of Time, which I believe I flipping do. Hang on. Sentinel of Time Garrison. Sentinel of Time has clan rats nearly at full strength at this point. But more importantly, Night Runners who can fire while moving. So I've got my own decent, competent kind of javelin-y guys, which is nice. And they've got dodge. Actually, do you have dodge? Is that what you've got? I think you've got dodge. No, my mistake. I thought those guys had the dodge ability, meaning, yeah, they're resistant to being hit by indirect fire pretty much. Well, not resistant, but they've got a much better chance to avoid. Actually, I think at this point, we're more or less okay to start going on, though. I say this. If I abandon the Southern Sentinels right now, the Southern Sentinels has presumably got... it's not got much present. I kind of would like to win one more victory against these guys just to make sure they're out of the game for good. Because this force, in theory, could win against the still weak garrison of the Southern Sentinels. Just. You know what, I want to rest here anyway to recuperate. Because I have just done the whole eating my enemies to actually get, you know, bonus restoration back. It looks like the rat ogres are healing up very, very nicely indeed. So let's just let them heal up. We'll see what you decide to do next. Because you're getting weaker and weaker each turn, and the garrison at the Southern Sentinel is getting stronger and stronger. Give it an extra turn of me healing, I suspect they won't be capable of taking the Southern Sentinels, even with that remaining force. Then, we can turn our attention over to here, and start mopping up these here territories. And there's, ooh, pastures. Well, isn't that just perfect? Because at this point, yeah, we need to start finding some more food, because our food count is now going down and down. Or rather, it's not going down, but it's taking longer to replenish. That would be very, very useful indeed. Yeah. A big port that's basically abandoned that's got gold in it. Some pastures right over here for bonus food. And then this, we'll just fortify this. Because if we basically fortify this little town down here against whatever's over in this direction, we just ignore this direction for now. And then probably our main chap can start going over here. Because I'd like good old Skrulk to probably start thinking about war against these guys. What do we know about here, by the way? Go to the garrison details. We know nothing, but we know it's pretty darn big. So, Mark to the Old Ones is currently just a town. It's flimsy. I would be concerned about leaving it unguarded. But I can't really train much here, which is a concern. My training abilities for this army are actually... they're not that bad. We've got a bunch of Skaven slaves, and we do actually have clan rats. Okay. enough clan rats would be... What else could we build here? Hang on, let's have a look-see at marks of the old ones. Can I actually get this place up to be a competent training facility sooner rather than later? I could get this place up to level 2 clan barracks for, yeah, clan rat spears with shields and clan rats with shields sooner rather than later. It would need to go up to level 3 before it's actually ready to have the Skaven slave slingers, which I do quite like. They're really, really damn cool. Alternatively, it could be time to start saying, you know what? Maybe a third army. Maybe a third army. We've got a decent surplus right now. Yeah. A third army starting over here. This is another place where we could also just train some flipping clan barracks, but I'd say it's more important to... This place can take care of itself. Ignore this place for now, because it's got the walls. It can take care of itself, and it's guarding Sabutan. This place over here will be safe as soon as we take this place, which is the... Yeah, that's another town that's part of this here territory, and then there's Oxel, which is over there, for the completion of this here territory. But if I rush over there and take that, that opens that wide open to the flipping dwarves if they want to come this way through the mountains. So at some point we're going to need to just go and basically go through the dwarves and just clear them out one by one. How's my warpstone doing, by the way? Not great. To be honest, it feels like this isn't great. And it feels to me like, yeah, the high elves are doing better than me. Because it feels like they are actually ahead, which could be a concern. I think I've been a bit lax on the old warpstone. Still, now I've just gained a whole bunch of territory. Hopefully, I should be able to start picking it up faster and faster and faster. I mean, I can get another +8 right there if I just actually, yeah, get that trade agreement with the bloody Vampire Coast. Bloody Vampire Coast. Right, I just need to get a port going and then presumably that... Or maybe I can't because I don't know where their cities are, so I don't know where I'm trading with, possibly. I'm not sure. I've just remembered, Citadel of Dusk's down here. I might need to go and take that over, just for the sake of making sure the elves don't cause trouble. Because I'm guessing the high elves aren't going to be impressed with me, full stop. I think their capital is... I think their capital's on this island over here. They've got one tiny town over here that's probably already been taken over by Queek Headtaker. The capital's on this island over here, and then they've got a secondary island over here. Well, it's not an island, sorry, a secondary city. Probably just a town. I might be able to just go and walk in, take that over, and then basically just reinforce that place and actually build it up and actually build some proper walls. But if I cause trouble with the elves, there's every chance they might eventually send some reinforcements over in this direction, which could cause me a lot of trouble. Potentially, if I can just get a non-aggression pact with them, might be better to just avoid poking the bear. And I've got unassigned skill points as well. Who for? Ah, yes, of course. Good old Pustin. I could make him better with the blade or better at the leadership. I'd say better with the leadership is not a bad idea. There's a bunch of ones over here that will only unlock at really high rank. So, we've started to invest in this guy now. Now I want to actually keep this guy alive as far as possible. Let's say Indomitable. Indomitable seems bloody good. Lovely. And, oh, this is nice. This is very nice. I just noticed all these Night Runners have just actually picked up an absolute flipping load of experience. So, yeah, that guy's got missile damage 13, and then this guy has gone up to, yeah, this guy's got, oh, it affects their leadership and melee defense. It doesn't make them any better. Ah, that guy it does. That guy, wait, does it? Okay, melee damage is being marked as 14 rather than 13, but the game's not actually flagging it with a +1, which is kind of odd, but whatever. I'm not sure why the little +1 over on the unit card on the left there isn't there, but okay, fine, I guess it's all good. But yeah, leveling up just seems to affect your defense and, irritatingly, your melee attack but not your missile. Which I guess kind of makes sense, because, you know, a sling doesn't get any more powerful just because you're better. But I guess maybe if you're, like, stronger or more accurate, the effective DPS would go up. So that's a bit of a shame that, yeah, unfortunately, the missile troops don't seem to get the best deal out of actually gaining experience. Right, time to see what you do next, because that will impact where we decide to go at this point. Save up some money. We've got some good money going on here. By the way, hang on. What are you telling me I need to do? Ah! I could upgrade the Sentinel of Time, could I? Well, actually, I could upgrade a lot of things. Sorry, I've missed a few upgrades there. You know what? Over at Subatan, unquestionably, a clan barracks would not be a bad idea. This could also be a... Ooh. the next tier of Overseer's Lookout. That unlocks some technologies. Okay. Let's get a Rattling Warren in here just to boost the growth rate and the casualty replenishment rates. I'm actually getting those guys in right now. Wouldn't hurt to have the main province growing a bit faster off that boost. And you, meanwhile, sure. You can have yourselves a clan barracks. Let's get those guys with shields back in play, please. I feel like Subatan is... wow. To be honest, I'm worried how exposed it is. It feels very exposed for the amount of important infrastructure that lives there when it's got no flipping defense. But... hopefully, yeah, the dwarves would have to, well, they could use the underway. They could just pop up any bloody time they wanted to. Hopefully it's safe. So, what are you planning to do, my good man, who's now just slowly burning to death? You came out of the march stance. Are you planning to do this again? Yeah, at this point, they're just really, really flipping desperate, aren't they? Wait, did you just get a leader out of nowhere? Where did you come from? Hang the flip on here. At this point, they are just flipping pulling leaders out of their arse, aren't they? Right, well, if you want to do this again, we'll do this again. Sooner or later, you'll learn your bloody lesson. If he's that bloody desperate for a fight, I've no idea why he's not actually going for the Sentinel of Time. Maybe he just wants his capital back. But this guy is level 1, and already a little bit on the weak side, and me, I am much, much better. Unfortunately, hang on, just hover over you. Technically, yeah, your weapon strength is marked as 430. You are somewhere. They've actually pulled a bloody lord out of their arse. Right, everyone nice and close together because they're going to walk straight at us, so we'll just murder them as they come. Once again, we're actually going to turn skirmish mode off for the time being. I'd prefer you to just stand and fight, given most of these guys aren't actually, you know, actual troops. Right, on we go. Same tactics again. Help yourselves to some more bloody idiot lizards, guys. And in come the 10 million slings again. They're trying to charge in. It's not going so desperately hot for them. Actually, you know what? This guy's trying to charge. I'm just going to send one unit up front, basically just to keep him busy. So basically, this guy's job is just to sacrifice himself and buy some time. Though actually, he doesn't want to advance particularly far forward. I'm just going to stop this guy as well. We're just going to basically buy ourselves some time here. Because they're probably going to basically run away from this one sacrificial unit immediately. So I'm just going to tell him to go over here. Yeah, now they're going to run away because they're in skirmish mode. But while they're in skirmish mode, that's just going to stop them doing anything. You go over here and assassinate this guy, by the way, and the ogres can back you up. So once again, now we're just basically pelting these guys forever. So they're now focusing on him. So we can basically just take this guy nice and simple. And we've also got ourselves... I've accidentally been hit by my own troops. Well, bloody done. And the rat ogres can also just go and get involved too. Clan rats, you know what? You want to get involved? You go the flip ahead. So he's just got himself massively out of position. And now in come the rat ogres to start smashing him around the face too. So my guy can just get in there and slash him. He'll do some damage to the rat ogres. In fact, he's already broken. So now the rat ogres can basically act like cavalry and just ride him down. And you, by the way, got a little bit too far ahead. So you just now back over here. And we can just basically take these guys out one by one too. Lovely. We do seem to be slightly struggling to actually hit this guy, by the way. He's broken, but he seems to be taking additional damage extremely bloody slowly at this point. So maybe we'll just let him go and back off for the time being. Everyone just back off, please. Thank you very much. Don't need my guys. Nope. We've already flipping won. Again. Seriously, guys, stop it. Actually, don't. I'm getting free food every time this happens. Not much, because there's not actually that many lizard people to eat, but we're also getting money. So, alright, fine. I guess we'll just keep eating you again and getting free experience. I'm basically just experience farming without meaning to. There we are. We've eaten yet more lizards. He's run off again. Whoever he is. I guess maybe they forced to get a free leader, because otherwise they wouldn't have a leader, because an army needs a leader. So if a leader dies in the field, you get auto-promoted one, I suppose. There's some treasury for a technology. Beautiful. And you've become Plan Buster. Ooh, okay. This seems pretty darn decent. So achieve victory over lizard men multiple times. Leadership +5 when fighting lizard men. Nice. Well flipping done. And devious plans has indeed been researched, which opens up some new options too. Over to technology tree. Literally one thing. Fight dirty. Bonus damage for my night runners. Very, very good indeed. So at this point, what have you got left, my good man? You have got one guy who's got 1,300 strength. Then you've got a couple of skink guys who are, yeah, javelins and blow darty guys. And you've got these guys who are unquestionably good. The Sentinel of Time should have plenty of flipping strength to deal with you at this point. Sentinel of Time is... Oh, yeah. Sentinel of Time is definitely up to strength. Meanwhile, over at the Southern Sentinels, we've got... Do we have enough to win if I just basically walk away from this bloody fight at this point? And are my troops... You know what? I'll give it another go, because I just want another turn to heal up all these guys before we go any further. Secondly, can I also just train? What have we got locally that I could actually train here? I could just get some... Ooh. Clan rats with shields wouldn't flipping hurt. I wouldn't mind just having a little bit more actual strength in the army if we're actually about to be going on a bit of a fight there. And you've reached the maximum number of units in this army. Well, that's fine, because we can probably deal with just a few fewer Skaven guys there. Let's just start getting rid of some of them. And the Lord may lose loyalty if we get rid of too many troops. That's fine. Don't worry, it's under control. Because, yeah, I just want to clear up some space for some better quality infantry. So you, get rid of you, get rid of you, and then clan rats with actual shields. Yeah, only 86 upkeep too. So let's just top up the army with that, get those in production, and then we'll have a decent army to start actually marching around with, taking all these settlements. Yes, indeed. And we can also train ourselves a rather nice little assassin here. So we can embed him into an army. So he's got himself, yeah, some actual melee attacks and whatever. Or we could use him as an agent instead. Charge bonus +4. Confident leadership +2. All units in the army. Yeah, I'd say why not. Let's just get an assassin on the field. That seems sort of fun. We'll get an assassin on the field, right flipping now, see what he does. Actually, wait, hang on. Confident is just leadership +2. Disciplined over here is flipping leadership +2, and he also gets... Ooh! Hang the flip on. Melee attack +2 for all units in the army. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Well, aren't you good? Right, I think we'll be having you. Yes, I'll gladly pay for an agent. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry, hero, technically. So, we have recruited this guy. And any successful hero action gets me 4 warpstone. That'll flipping do as well. Right, so here you are. Are you ready to move immediately? Or I think you need to actually wait a turn here. And he can do a few different things. I can embed him, in which case he actually increases the replenishment of the parent army. So actually, useful for just repairing on the go. Not sure how he does that exactly, he just flipping does. Alternatively, he can boost my public order, or alternatively reduce it in enemies. He can assault a garrison, could be very, very useful indeed. Assassinate a hero, or assault units in a target army. Okay, I would say this guy, potentially going on a little journey over towards this settlement, might not be the worst thing in the world at all. And 6 turns until the next settlement point, which I want to get this up to level 4. But I've got... Well, I've not got that big a pile of money. I could get this up to a nest nursery for even flipping more. Ooh, casualty replenishment rates as well. Plus growth, plus income. Escaping corruption. Yeah, screw it. Let's get that up. But we'll leave the rubbish pit for... now. I think we're okay for the time being. Now, by any chance, are you planning to come over and attack me a flipping again, you stupid idiots? Yes, I'm pretty sure he is. This is just a really weird thing the AI is doing. I don't know under what possible circumstances the AI could conclude that this here was the right thing to do, but here we flipping are. Again. Hey, Lizard Steve. Yes, Lizard Tim. Do you think this charge up the hill is going to go any better this time? I'm pretty sure it is, Lizard Steve. Like, I've been really, really working on my running, and this time, we are 100% just going to... Oh, God, no, it's going exactly the same. Never mind. Right, so one of them's pretty much already dead there. Good, good, good. Let's get my hero up front, ready to take on their hero if need be. Then we just need to... Oh, bloody hell. At this point, we're just basically assassinating their hero, aren't we? Yeah, one-on-one, please. Everyone one-on-one. Everyone focus your firepower over to here. Lovely. My lord is under attack, officially. That's fine. One-on-one. I think we got this guy. So, now, here we go. He's almost flipping dead already. Down to 316. One attack should indeed finish him off pretty much. Down to 1 hit point. And the enemy lord is dead. Not wounded on this occasion, actually flipping dead. Right. Victory. Again. And now I've got this guy up to level 7. I'm just farming this one crappy army over and over. I don't even want to. And, oh, your ally declares war. Against who exactly? Ooh. Well, I think I'm totally up for that. Yes, absolutely. I was thinking about going and attacking those guys regardless. Enter war on side of ally. Sure. And apparently I'm doing such a good job, that hero I just recruited is willing to do stuff for -20. Whatever that means. -20 what exactly? I don't know. But apparently -20. Also, what is going on over here? Okay. Who are you exactly? Right. Clan Ishin, who is apparently also not exactly doing great right now, literally out of cities and suffering attrition, are actually in the process of attacking this here settlement that I was just about to, like, you know, go to war with. Are they under siege right now? No, they're garrisoned, and they've got one. Oh, bloody hell. They've got one hell of a garrison. Right, including Croxigors, giant kind of dinosaur crocodile things. I've seen those guys before. Right. What are you doing, by the way? Are you actually attacking these guys, or you're at war? Oh, wait. We are at war? Are we at war with you? Why are we at war with you? I don't know why we're at war with you, but apparently... No, they are laying siege. Right. Well, this is all intriguing. This is all very, very intriguing indeed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. It would appear, as there is now... Oh my goodness, they're actually dead. Are they actually... Where are they? I think they're actually flipping dead. I think we've actually killed them. Oh my flipping goodness. Over the diplomacy scroll. Yes, they're gone. They're actually gone! We've done it! We had to kill them 4 times in a row in the same battle, but they're finally flipping gone. Oh, mag flipping-nificent. So, I think we know what's coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. The force over here of Pustin has now got a very, very decent and pretty much full-strength army ready to be on the move. We've still got a healthy surplus too. So, nice rebel territories ready to be taken over round here. This entire province could be mine without too much of a fight. And that gets me food, it gets me gold, it gets me harbours, and it gets me a nice defensible position I can set up down here, as well as my first contact with the elves. Meanwhile, we've just declared war on these guys. And possibly these guys. I'm not clear about that. No, we're not actually at war with them, fine. No, it's just those guys we're at war with. But now we need to head over here. These guys have got 4 territories, a fair bit of strength, but we have got some allies. Just set the war coordination target over there, so it looks like a very, very large number of rat men are now heading into that bit of the world. So, I guess we're going to need to train a new army with our friends over here. Good old Lord Skrolk needs to potentially head back over to Oixel, train some new troops over there nice and quickly. And once he's done with that, yep, the war is on. We're going to start trying to take over this... Wait, hang on, wait. Itza? We don't want to take over it, so we want to take over... No, never mind, hang on, diplomacy. Diplomacy, I've taken over the wrong thing. Let's go over... here first. That's right. In fact, actually, this works flipping perfectly. I'm going to guess over there that Itza place is going to be... No, Itza is... That's the capital of the Northern Great Jungle. Right, well, let's not worry about that for now, because conveniently some other rat men are taking care of that for me, and that gives us an opening to get over into here. They've still got a decent garrison here, but no walls, because it's not a capital. So I would say, yes... We have got some big battles, potentially involving some allies, coming up soon, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Total War Warhammer 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way. Otherwise, they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech, though mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.